Hello and welcome to a very special Gundam Battle Operation 2 featuring the Jesta Cannon, the support unit for the Unicorn Gundam. It's a heavy weapons platform version of the Jesta, and of course it appears in Unicorn Gundam. In-game is a 600 cost base unit with a ground and space capability, and it is naturally a support. It has a ballistic and beam resistance of 36, a melee resistance of a pitiful 6, a range strength of 43, a melee strength of 5, so it can endanger no one, a movement speed of 120, a thrust gauge of acceptably at 60, and for parts we have 10 close, 21 medium, and 16 long range. It is a melee priority 2 unit, which with a space capability, as I immediately go out of the thing. For weapons, we have the Jesta Cannon Beam Rifle GN, which can be charged, but it has auto tracking, and I find it's pretty good just to spam the shots out. We have the It's Nothing Special Jesta Cannon Beam Saber, the Vulcan pod system, which is pretty nice. It's not bad, and it builds up staggered at an okay rate. The shoulder beam cannon, which can be charged to do more damage, but it doesn't have any suppression. It does some decent damage. The shoulder multi-launcher, which fires out a barrage of missiles, which is nice for doing some damage. The next to useless shoulder multi-launcher flash grenade. I am not putting the time into this unit to learn the mastery of this particular weapon. The only thing I could say if they're going to do any alterations is if you don't want to add damage or more stagger to some of the weapons, give it a couple more flash grenades so it could just spam them out. Then we get the leg-mounted grenades, which have a little bit of tracking, I believe, or might be in my mind, but they're pretty nice for throwing out some quick damage against a toppled target. And the Jesta Cannon Beam Rifle Grenade, which is a pretty decent weapon for, at the very least, slowing down people who want to murder you. Or quick damage. For skills, we have the High Performance Radar, level 3, High Performance Scope, level 3, Observational Data Link, level 1, Frontline Support System, level 2, Scouting Parallel Processing Device, level 1, the High Performance Aerospace Gimbal, level 1, High Spec AMBEC, level 2, Forced Injector, level 1, Forced Injectors always being good, the High Performance Balancer level 1, which should have been standard on most supports by the 500 cost, in my honest opinion. Take that with a grain of salt. Explosive Reactive Armor level 1, Stabilization Device level 1, Precision Shelling level 1, Precision Sniping level 2, Special Shoulder Buffer level 1, and Special Arms Equipment Buffer level 2. As to my opinion of this unit, it's a good close range unit with a lot of options to throw out some decent-ish damage, with none of them being overwhelmingly impressive like with some units. It can do good damage, but you're going to have to rotate through your weapons, know when to use them, when not to use them. And as strange as it feels, in my opinion, for the gameplay I have gone through, and I've played it on mostly the higher than 600 cost, this unit excels in more open maps, like jungle and the desert, just to name a couple. It's not bad in the closer maps, depending on your team. If your team's proactive, then it's great for that. Otherwise, I feel like the unit does struggle a bit. You kind of have to be really hyper aware of your team. You want to stay close to them in a lot of cases. So I don't know what to say about it other than it is a nice unit. It's not a bad pick. It's just going to take a lot more to get it to perform, especially with some of the more dangerous raids in the higher cost. 600 and above, some of those raids start getting ridiculous. Not to say there aren't some ridiculous raids earlier on, but that's all I can really say. It can be difficult, but it's difficult in some cases to play any support. So let's see how it does in the match to come.
Welcome to the match, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I struggled a great deal with this unit in various maps, and it wasn't really till this one I kind of got where it does best, and oddly enough, I think it's open maps, kind of like jungle here. Yeah, there's some obstacles. There's some places for people to hide, but it does seem to perform well here. So we're going to go ahead and grab our first spot so our team can go ahead and move up, despite the fact that one of the guys is hanging out here. I guess he's trying to keep an eye on us, or he's waiting for some clash. Who knows? I don't. So we're going to move up, because we got some contact, and I'm going to charge, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to whiff. There we go. Fill him with false confidence right now. But we're going to pop some rounds from our beam rifle. And I do honestly think this unit does really well as a close range support, but it does have some switch hitter capabilities. But yeah, I did struggle with it in the closer up maps to pop that flash in there and shoot those grenades. And we're going to swing over here because we like Dom. The next generation of Dom technology is kind of making some moves on our Kapul, and I don't like that. So we're going to hold off for a second, wait for a guy to move, fire. Accidentally zoom in, because that's what you always do to style on him. Fire through the foliage. The plant life, which I'm not going to ever say the appropriate term for it, I'm sorry. Spam some shots because I'm hoping to build up stagger on some guys for my team to take advantage of. We're going to move up, and we got a guy fighting 2-on-1. We got Mr. Glock, and we're going to hold our shot for a second, fire, miss, go to the missiles, fire some of those in there. I think our Cool's going to mess up his weapon switch. I've done that before, unfortunately. We're going to keep popping some rounds in there, hold off for a second, fire, get our kill. And then we're going to swing over here because we see this guy coming up on everybody. Get hit with some tradition. Not see any of it through the trees. Thank you. And we're going to charge up fire, hit him with a nice 4,000 damage. Throw some missiles out. And we're going to move up. Being somewhat careful. I'm going to keep spamming some of these rifle shots. I know the charge ones do more, but I like to build up stagger on people a little bit more. Charge up our shot, miss, throw some missiles out there, and then we're going to move back because I saw the support fire. Unfortunately, this is going to separate us from our guy, and, well, unfortunately, I'm also going to get ambushed by the next generation of Dom technology, and get the axe, but I lived because you can't axe me that well. And we're going to fire around with the grenade launcher, miss, pop that, and then the Shiki is going to come over and do unspeakable and vile things to us as our guy comes in to get a little punch up on the Shiki. He doesn't like it when you touch his people. Alright, so we're going to pop in, and we're going to try to throw some support fire. To spoil something, number 3 is going to, I think, disconnect. I don't think he was a purposeful disconnect, but it was a disconnect. And I'm going to fly over here. I'm going to hang out for a second under my suit because there's a lot of trees that won't be easy for them to see it at the moment. And I was waiting to see if number 5 was going to pop in. But when 4 goes down, I try to pop in because I want to help 1 out as much as I can. Take a shot. That's some nice damage. I'm going to take another shot, miss. I'm going to spam a few shots out, trying desperately to help our mans, but yeah, you know, it happens. I'm going to fire, miss, blast some missiles through. Didn't notice a guy to my left move, watch as the next generation of Dom technology goes by me. And number 4 is going to absolutely punch him in the face as I whiff my 1 cannon shot. I'm going to charge my rifle, and they're going to do a little dance, fire into the back of my guy, fire into him, get punched in the face by a unit that doesn't exist in anything in called good taste. I'm joking, even though I don't like WC. And we're going to fire some rounds. We're going to back off because, of course, we have some support fire. And I know this guy really, really wants to do harm to me. Unfortunately, he was a little late there. And we are going to hit him with a melee just to trip him up so number 2 can come up on him. Then we're going to spam some shots on him. He's going to get hit with some of that beautiful tradition. I'm going to pop some missiles in there, get him, and there we go. Now, I'm going to turn my attention over here, and what I'm going to try to do is either scare some units off, bust them up, or at least trip a guy up so that my guys can get some damage done in there. I see this guy coming up on me, so I back off immediately. Go to my head Vulcans to build up some stagger on him. And I'm going to hit my dude in the back by accident, and I'm going to keep shifting as my team gets to grips with one unit or another. I'm going to fire a flash in there, it's going to be useless. I'm going to fire grenades, that's going to be useless. And I'm going to switch over to beam rifle. Now I do see the angry raid to my right, so I decide to maneuver over here so he at the very least has to deal with number 2. He gets a little carried away, so I'm going to get a shot in on him. I see the next generation of Dawn technology. Fire flash in there, which I think got him for a change. And I'm just going to keep blasting away at him. And of course, this raid over there, which I'm assuming he needed as a raid, since he seems to have a fairly large fetish to try to kill me. Trip up the next generation of Dawn technology. And we're just going to keep maneuvering around because he's going to come up and do bad things to me with that axe and then drop down in there. But we're going to get Big Mad. And how do you solve Big Mad? With auto-tracking shots. There you go. Yeah, take that. Then we're going to get shot. But I see there's a support fire, so I want to kind of get over the side. All our grenades are going to get eaten by our dude there, so we're going to bail over here. And fire a grenade into nothing. And I'm going to start working over this Shiki a bit. Mostly because, yeah, I know I'm not going to do the most fantastic damage against him. But if I can help get rid of him faster as I slip into a point where I can barely do anything. Oh, there we go. That was a decent shot. Get hit with some condition. Still not dead, though. So, hey, I'm going to struggle to get out of the bath. Get out of the bath. Then you see a guy, fire into him. And that, for the most part, is all we actually managed to do in this match. Again, with an active team and a map with a somewhat open layout, this unit does well. So let's see what we did. So there's our pose. Yeah, everyone on this team is probably named Chad but me. 1 spot on the board for assist and 2nd place. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.